from Plans Me Paper, and today I'm here to show you my personal size Filofax setup. So right now it's July 2018, and I have my planner set up here in this personal size Filofax Finsbury. This is in black, and the Finsbury does have that really nice like pebbled leather, and it has a lot of structure. It's pretty firm, which is why I switched into this planner for the time being. I found myself, I was in an A5 Filofax for about a month and a half, and I found myself really gravitating back towards a smaller size of planner, and a planner that had a little bit more structure in terms of like stiffness, because at work, I find myself kind of grabbing this planner for meetings and things like that, and sometimes I want to be able to write in it, just holding it in my hand, and the Finsbury is really, really great for that because it does have a little bit more structure. Now, along with the structure, you can see that I have this planner set up super, super minimally. The colors are pretty much black and white through the planner, and I don't have very much extra stuff in terms of decoration. Mostly all I have is just functional pages that I use to make my life easier and to plan out my weeks. So that's what I've got going on in here. It is a very functional setup with just a few things to kind of make it look nice. So here in the front, I've got a black and white polka dot page as my dashboard, and this is just a piece of scrapbook paper that I got from Michael's. And then I have just a few kind of scraps of paper up here. This one is actually a journaling card, and then this one's just a piece of the paper that I had left over. And I like to keep those up in the front just in case I ever need to write someone a note and I need a little piece of paper to write it on. I will use those. So that's what I've got. That's all I've got up here in the front of my planner. I do sometimes keep my credit cards and my ID here in the front as well, because I do use this as a wallet. I did take those out for the purpose of the video just so I didn't accidentally show anything, but that's what I keep in the front. You can see it is very full right now. It's not actually quite this full in real life. I did put in, hopefully you can see in the top there, a bunch of different paper clips just for the purpose of this video, to kind of clip together pages that I'm not able to show you because they have personal information on them. So that's why it's so bulging. It usually does lie very flat, and I like that so that I don't have to worry about kind of the bumpiness of writing. That's why I don't really use paper clips on a daily basis otherwise. So I'll just go ahead and start flipping you through. I do have one photo of my husband and I on our wedding day. I just love this photo. It makes me so happy every time I see it, so I always keep that in my planner. Right here at the front, I also keep my yearly goals, and I did cover up a few of them just because they were a little bit personal. Anytime you see these bright yellow sticky notes in my planner, those are just to cover things up, so I will go through and take those out after the video. But I like to keep my goals right up here in the front. I keep them on this cute little hexagon page because it draws me to it. It's easy to read, and it forces me to keep my goals concise and not to kind of ramble on about them. I want them to be quick little phrases that help me remember what my priorities and my goals are for the year. So I keep that up in the front. I do want to add a yearly calendar in here, but I haven't gotten that switched over yet. So the only other things I have in the front currently are just some blank lined paper. I do have this paper slotted. I only slot a few pages in my planner, and I'll show you which ones those are. These ones I keep slotted, so that means they're kind of easy to pull in and out, just so that if I need paper to write a grocery list or a quick note or something, it's super easy to access and I don't have to open my rings. I don't ever like to open my rings like in a grocery store or a place like that because I'd be afraid that a page would fall out or something. So this just makes it really easy to not always have to open the rings. Next, I have 6 tabs for the next 6 months of the year. These tabs I did create myself. They are printable tabs, so I'll show you what they look like. They're just plain white with the months typed in the little tab, and they do have a little scalloped edge. I made these on my computer, and then I just printed them on white cardstock. And I did laminate just the front side and the tab on the back. And I did that using just self-laminating sheets. And I just bought the one-sided version. And I like to use one-sided because, first off, you can trim really, really close. So you don't have that extra laminate sticking off the edge, which I just visually don't like to see. It sticks directly on, so you can trim all the way up to the edge of the paper. And also, if you only laminate one side, it keeps your dividers a little bit more slim, so it allows you to have more pages in your planner. So I do have the next 6 months in here. Right now it's July, and in my monthly section, I keep my monthly page, which I've shown several times in my videos before. I just have some hexagons for my goals, a to-do list up here at the front, my monthly calendar page where I put my appointments, and I do highlight my personal tasks, and then I leave my work tasks with no highlight. I use this back notes page just for to-do lists sometimes. This month I just put kind of a motivational or inspirational quote rather. This is a lyric from a song that I like. And then I've got my weekly pages. So it goes straight into my weekly pages for July and my daily pages. I do usually take out the daily pages after that week is over, but I wanted to keep them in so you could at least see in the video. So here's my daily pages. They're slotted for easy access. And then they have each day, 2 days per page, and they have a little habit tracker on the back. This is a new insert that kind of combined 2 of my other inserts. Again, it allows you to have both in your planner without bulking it up with so many pages. So I am going to be adding this one to my Etsy shop later this week. So that's that. There's my weekly page. It's a horizontal week on 2 pages with some little tracking boxes. And I have that for each week. You can see, again, I take out my daily pages. Those are slotted. The weekly pages are not slotted, so they stay in for more long term. And again, I just use my highlighter to mark off the most important events of that day, so kind of my priority for the day. And I do switch colors usually each week, just whatever color appeals to me that week the most. This week this is this current week, and I'm going out of town at the end of the week, so I did add a little bit of decoration, some washi tape in there at the end, just to kind of show that I'm going to be out of town and to celebrate sort of the vacation. So that's why I put that in there. And I just have the rest of the month printed out here. It's all blank still, the rest of those weeks and daily pages. And then I do have August planned for the most part, but I haven't gone through and highlighted my work / personal events yet. I haven't done that, but I've just started writing out what's going on that month. And I do also have my weekly and daily pages printed for August and for September, just to try to get ahead a little bit. For the rest of the months through the end of the year, I just have this month on 1 page insert where it has the little calendar up at the top and then 1 line per day. And this is what I use for future planning in general. It, again, is just 1 page, so it makes it easy to have all the months of the year through the rest of the year in your planner without bulking it up. So that's what I've got in here for the rest of the year, October, November, and December. So I'll skip through those. Here, the second half of my planner is all notes and reference materials. I do have tabs to separate them out. Again, same tab design as my months. They're just white tabs with the labels typed on the tab. I did only laminate the front side and the back of the tab just to make those a little sturdier. And the first tab that I have is my reference. So this is kind of where I've got lists. I keep my notes in here for just kind of personal notes. I also have I'll show you, I'll just go through it. So my planner to do, this is kind of the things I'm still getting set up in my planner, in this planner, since it's a new setup. I still have a few things I need to add in that I'm not done with yet. As soon as I finish that one, I'll probably just take it out and toss it. I also have my daily planner review and my weekly planner review in here, and those are just kind of reminders of things that I should look at and think about when I'm planning my day or my week. I do have a page there that's personal, so I just clip that together. And then I like to keep ideas for kind of outings for each different season of the year, different things my husband and I would like to do. It's kind of not like a bucket list quite, not quite so dramatic, but more just like, you know, in the next year or 2 years, we would like to do these things during these different seasons. So I've got my summer ideas, fall, winter. I need to add new ones because we've done quite a few of them in the past year. Spring. I have a camping checklist. So these are the things I always need to remember to pack when we go camping. I also have day hikes that we would like to do, and we just check them off as we do them. I have some vet notes here, so this is where I keep track of what's going on with my dog. And then in the back, I have all of my password hints. I don't actually write out my passwords. I'll turn this so you can see here. I don't actually write out my passwords in my planner because of security reasons in case I ever lost it, but I do put hints that help me remember what it is. And obviously I can't show you the filled out pages, but this is what it looks like blank. And it's kind of a landscape orientation, which I really like for the personal size because it gives more space to write the account, the username, and the password. So I have those here in the back. My next tab is my home section. So this is where I keep any projects for my home. So these are my summer projects that I'm trying to get done. I also keep my Fly Lady cleaning information. So these are my Fly Lady trackers. And right now I'm just tracking it for 6 months at a time. I just kind of wanted a fresh slate. I switched up some of my Fly Lady cleaning methods recently, and I did some videos about that. So check out my channel if you'd like to see those. But I've got my different zones, and I just check off as I complete my zone cleaning tasks each month. I also have some menus planned out. So these are ones that I've already used in the past, but I keep them in here just because sometimes if you get in a kind of in a rut of meal planning, I can look back through and kind of pull ideas off of previous weeks. So I've got previous weeks, and then I've got a blank one in there as well for next time I want to write it out in advance. I have my budget section next. And of course, most of the things in my budget section I can't show you because they do have actual figures and numbers, but I'll show you what I can. This is my monthly bill tracker. I'll turn it again. It is landscape. And I do that again so I have more space to write in this personal size. So I've got my bills written out here, and then I just have the amount that they cost approximately each month. And then I just check off as I pay them each month of the year. And again, it's just a 6-month tracker for the rest of the year. On the back, I just have lined paper. And then I've got a whole bunch of pages here clipped together that I don't feel comfortable showing, but they're all just notes about my budget over time. So they're from about the last year, and I don't fill out one of these monthly budget sheets every single month. I just don't feel that I need to. I've kind of got it figured out for the most part, but I do fill them out to kind of refresh, or anytime I think there needs to be a change, I fill out a new one. So I just put a blank one in here to show you what it looks like. It has the income section here at the top, different monthly expenses, so things like housing, transportation, monthly subscriptions, at the store, fund spending, insurance, etc. And then it has a summary where you can figure out how much you made, how much you spent, how much you saved, and the percent of income spent as well. On the other side of the page, it has a monthly expenses breakdown. So this is where I break down these bigger categories. So for instance, transportation would include gas, it would include car maintenance, it would include car insurance, anything that has to do with that bigger category, I will break down and list out here the specific planned and actual costs for those things. So that's my budget. I have a bunch of those here in the budget section, and then I also have several pages of just notes on lined paper where I have written out my savings goals and kind of what it's going to take to get there. So that's what I've got in my budget section. Health. Again, a few pages here I did have to clip together, but those first couple pages are notes about my doctor's appointments and my dentist appointments. I also have hair salon notes, but I didn't feel that these were quite as personal, so I thought I'd just show you what I do on here. So I do write the name of the salon or doctor's office or dentist office at the top with the address and the phone number, just for easy access. And then I also put the name of my doctor, dentist, or hairstylist underneath. And sometimes I have their personal phone number as well, so I put that also. After that, I just write the date and any notes from that date. This is only from about the past year or so that I've been tracking it in this size, and I've just kept about the past year of notes in here, just so that next time I go, I can remember what I did at my previous appointment if necessary. So, for haircuts, it's pretty simple. I just put, on June 29th, 2017, I got a haircut. I got it shorter than shoulder length, A-line, inverted bob style. And then stylist said to roller brush the hair to make it lie correctly on shoulders. So to try to roller brush it under. And I just kind of take notes each time I go to any of those appointments. And so that's what I've got for my first couple pages. I have some healthy lunch ideas, still working on listing more out there. Those are usually lunches that I pack to go for school during the school year. I have some healthy snack ideas. Again, always working on expanding that out. And then I do track my basal body temperature. So I clipped some of those pages together from past months, but I thought I would show you my tracker. So this is just a basal body grid where you can track your temperature each day. And this helps me keep track of lots of different, health things, health-related things. Your cycle, it helps you track just all sorts of things. If you're interested in this, let me know, and maybe I'll do a specific video about why I track BBT and different things that I track with that here in my planner. Next is my plans meet paper section. I just put PMP for abbreviation. And this is where I write out my video ideas and I kind of jot down notes for videos when I need to. I've got some future videos planned out, so I didn't want to spoil it and show you those yet. But after my video plans, and I have new insert plans listed out in here as well for my Etsy shop, I have these posting calendars which I fill out usually at the beginning of the month, and I just write out what day I plan on filming, editing, posting my different videos. Same thing with any updates to my Etsy shop. I just plan out which days I'm going to try to accomplish those. And for this, I actually use that same month on one page that I have in my front part for future planning. So I kind of repurposed that insert both ways. And that's what I love about printable inserts, is that I have the freedom to do that. You can print as many copies of a page that you want, so you can find creative ways to use it that work for you. So that's what I've got in my Plans Meet Paper section. Last is my work section. So this is my job at, my day job. And in here I just have a bunch of notes about meetings I've been to or to-do lists, things like that. Most of them I can't show because they do have names and things listed, but this one I could show. So I just use as much of the page as I need to for my note, and then I kind of go to the next page as necessary. At the back of that section, I do have a bunch of blank lined paper that I move into whatever section it is needed in as necessary. So that's just where I keep my extra paper. I also have a top loading envelope that came with my Filofax, and I keep some Martha Stewart dewdrops in there. I just think they're so pretty. I have used a few of them in my planner, but I don't use them all the time, just whenever I feel the need. I always keep stamps in my planner as well. And then this is just a little journaling card that I think is a really good reminder to just, choose to be happy. Every day is a good day to be happy, a good day to have a good day. So I keep that here in the back. And it's also covering up some personal information that is on my cards here on the back. Again, I use this as a wallet, so I just have my health insurance and some different cards here in this card pocket in the back. In the very back of my planner, I also keep any pages, like things that come in the mail or things from work that I need to deal with at a later time. So this is kind of my inbox. So I just tossed these in here in the very back, and whenever, usually about once a week, I'll go through and make sure this is all cleaned out and processed, whatever needs to happen back here. So that's kind of my inbox in the back. So there is my planner setup for July 2018. I do plan on keeping it for quite a while, probably the rest of the year, and then create something new for 2019. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to put them down in the box down below. I love to hear from you guys, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks for watching. Bye.